You don't have to wait for the first rates this morning because the first rates have just started kicking in. You can hear the bell and you will see the rates very soon on the screen. You got a downtick on TCS, you got a downtick on JSW Steel, you got there's a downtick everywhere, let me put it this way. I mean, what is the breadth? 1:4. 1:4 is not a terrible breadth, but 1:4 is not a very encouraging breadth. Remember, NASDAQ is off 10%. Hello. We've not fallen in line with NASDAQ, so largely selling is restricted to US tech, but the filter effect is now visible, at least locally. So you've got banks which continue to remain under pressure. I want to look at metal stocks because if there's a risk of trade, metals are going to be the big one which are going to be taking a glide completely. UPL, which is a global interplay, is down. Tata Motors is down. Z is down. So what are markets telling you? Well, the last leg of hope trades, where there is no evidence of recovery, but there is only a belief, whether it is Z or Tata Motors or Indusind Bank, all of them have taken the hardest knock. What has stopped falling? Typical first panic reaction, defensives. So my money has moved to IT, money has moved to pharma, and selective outperformance in utilities. But the big one which I think is surprising us and which is different from last time's May and April correction is actually Bharti, which is now below the 200 DMA, and Vodafone Idea is also giving Bharti some company. Reliance, let's see, there is a buzz that they may start raising capital in retail business now. They're getting all kind of you'll be getting all kind of rumors and indications from various market participants. So let's look at Reliance, and there you go. Vodafone, which was almost at 13 rupees, now is at 10.5. Airtel has plunged back to 495, below 500 for Airtel now.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of plunge coming in for Bharti, sub the 500 mark as we speak right now. 495 is where that stock is. BOB, that's where you're seeing some weakness. And today it's the metals trade which is really weighing heavy on the market. So Tata Steel down 3.5%, NMDC down 3.5%, Jindal Steel down 3%, Nalco seeing pressure of roughly about 3% or so. That's your key pressure point, along with, of course, banks. So blue chips like an HDFC Bank, it's now on the brink of just breaching that 11,100 level. Indusind as well is lower. 590 on Indusind right now. That's about 1.5% gone. And BOB, like I mentioned, is also down about almost 3.5% as we speak. Besides metals, there's weakness across the sectors. So, fertilizer, cement, FMCG, banking, automobiles, capital goods, they're all in the week right now, as is the case for technology. In fact, talking about technology, I just want to quickly revisit those names as well. HCL Technologies, Naukri, TCS, Infosys, they're all seeing Nikunja dots of red, and we haven't been spared today. There's weakness which is persisting even in the broader markets, as was the trend yesterday too.
Yeah, it's not like, you are dealing with a global ripple, surge in coronavirus, border tension. So some of the casualty was expected. And what do you have? I mean, you have a very poor market breadth. The F&O space is completely cleaned out today. Banks are in a spot of bother, especially global related businesses, whether it's UPL, Hindalco, I mean, that space. With the exception of IT, which is a global facing business, I think rest of the pack is also looking weak. Even pharma, which normally is supposed to be the leadership name, I think pharma also collectively has taken a huge knock. Harsha Upadhyay joins us, represents Kotak AMC. Harsha, would you call the market sell-off orderly, or this is a sign of more pain to come?
Good morning, Nikunj. I think clearly over the last 3 to 4 months, we have seen synchronous one-way moves across global equities. India was also part of it. At these current valuations, the markets bake in a swift recovery in the economy. What we see is a couple of factors. One, I think globally also we are seeing some bit of volatility on the downside in the last couple of trading sessions. So there could be some profit booking that's happening. So liquidity could be turning a little jittery at this point of time. Same could happen in India given high valuations. And also the expectations on swift recovery of the economy, those are receding day by day. Given all this, there is not much room for the markets to really go up from these levels. Either it will be a consolidation at around current level, or in the worst case, there could be some correction.